Hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a tier list. We are doing the toughest fighters in the UFC. I have about 45 names here, so this may take a while, so you gotta bear with me. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1, we have Yuri Prochazka. Now, if you've watched any UFC fight ever, of course you know that he's going straight into the S tier. There's not even really much explanation needed for this guy. He's just a fucking tank. Only one man can finish him, and that's Alex Pereira. Everybody else, you can't do anything. He's got a granite chin. He cuts like no weight, which is probably why, but he has a granite chin. He'll get beat the fuck up, and he'll still pull it out the fire every time. I don't know how. Next, we have Mateusz Rebecki. Again, another one straight S tier. You can't even make an argument for this. This dude is fucking insane. I don't understand how he's even alive. He's taken the last 3 fights have just been straight wars. Easily have taken 10 years off his life. Not even a question. Next, we have Paddy Pimblett. You know, I'm not going to go S tier. I feel like B tier is also kind of disrespectful. I mean, I think we're going to go like high B tier. I was thinking A. I don't know, maybe we'll make some adjustments later, but I think we're going to go B tier. We've only seen him take a beating once or twice. Next is Diego Lopez. Blockhead of a dude. He's just got a weird looking noggin. He can eat shots. We've never really seen him get dropped. We've seen him get cracked a couple times. I think he's also going to go like high B tier. I was thinking A, but we've never seen him get dropped or finished. We've seen Paddy Pimblett get dropped, but he's not really facing guys like Gaethje, though. You know, he's facing Volkanovski, who's got no power in his hands. I think we'll go B. I think we'll go B just to be safe. Next is Chris Duncan. I think we're going to have to put him in A tier. He, of course, is known for his war with Mateusz Rebecki, but he's also had a couple of other wars as well. He just fucking runs through people. He's just a brute force guy, just a tank of a man. So we're going to go A tier for that. Next is Justin Gaethje. You know, like, if you were to ask a dude who's been watching UFC, who hasn't watched a fight in 10 years but was watching UFC in 2016, they would say that he's an S tier. If we're being honest, he's like low B tier because we've seen him just get fucked up a lot. Like, yeah, he's got a tough chin and he takes a lot of shots for sure. But I don't think he can be like in the A or S tier. Not even a chance. Honestly, I think B tier might be a little bit too high. And we'll go like low B tier for him. Next is Muhammad Yahya. I think we have to put him in the S tier solely for the fight that he had with Steven Yen, who dropped him like 6 times in one round. He had the most knockdowns in UFC history, and he still was just going to keep on going if it wasn't for the doctor stopping it because his eyeball looked like a balloon. I mean, he's S tier. If you saw that fight, there's no argument to be made. He's got to be S tier. Next, we're going to go Dan Hooker. You know, Dan Hooker used to be an S tier. Then he was an A tier. Now he's kind of like a B tier. Because, like, he's got a great chin. And he's pretty durable, but he still gets beat the fuck up a lot. We've seen him get dropped. We've seen him get TKO'd by body kicks. We've seen him get TKO'd by Arnold Allen. We've seen him get destroyed by Benoit. We've seen him, break his arm against Jalen Turner, get head kicked in the face. So I think we're going to go like mid-B tier. I think he's going to be higher than Justin Gaethje for sure. I think that's pretty fair. Max Holloway. He's only been dropped and knocked out 1 time by Ilia Topuria. He's taken the most amount of significant strikes by far. I think we got to go A tier for this. I think he has to go A tier. He used to be S tier, best chin in the UFC until it got cracked by Topuria. And Dustin was cracking him a little bit too. I'd like to see what Charles can do against him. I would like to see how he would look. Maybe Charles drops him, who knows? I mean, Justin Gaethje did kind of drop him too. Not officially, not statistically, but he did, if you watch the fight. So we're going to go A tier. He's lower than a Chris Duncan. Should he be lower than a Chris Duncan? I don't know. I'm not sure. Gene Silva. Gene Silva is a guy who is just so durable, and no matter what you hit him with, he's just going to come back for more. But he's not S tier because he did get dropped and got clipped by the spinning elbow. But I mean, other than that, like, we haven't really seen him get tested. Like, Bryce Mitchell's not going to test you. Melsik Bagdasarian's not going to test you. Drew Dober did give him some adversity to face. So I think we're going to go, like, B tier. I think we're going to go higher than Pimblett. Should we? We'll go right behind Pimblett. Next is Junghyun Park. I think he's going to go like low B tier. He's just a tough-ass dude. The Iron Turtle. Very fitting nickname. Next is Volkanovski. Used to be an AS tier. Then he got knocked out a couple times. Then he got dropped a couple more times. I mean, he always has been dropped. Like, Max Holloway dropped him. Mendez dropped him. Diego Lopez dropped him. I mean, he's so, like, he's tough as nails. We've seen him get out of crazy circumstances, like against Brian Ortega. So I think we're going to go high B tier. Even though I know he's been knocked out a couple times, we're still going to go high B tier above these guys. Above Dan Hooker, though? I don't know if he can be... Maybe I should move Dan Hooker up more. I don't know. Benoit Saint-Denis. This has to be an A tier, like no question. If you watch the fight against, what's his name? Alessio Zaleski dos Santos, beat the piss out of him for 20 minutes straight. I don't know how he was alive. Moicano beat the piss out of him in that first round, 10-7'd him. Don't really know how he survived that, and he still went out for more. That was a doctor stoppage, I believe. So, yeah, that was a doctor stoppage. So, dude, like, he's like high A tier. He's above Max Holloway, actually. He did get dropped and KO'd by Dustin Poirier. I mean, dude, he had staph infection, all right? He had staph infection. Speaking of Dustin Poirier, I think we're going to go with low B tier for him. He's had wars with Dan Hooker, wars with Max, wars with a lot of guys, wars with Michael Chandler. He's been knocked out a few times. You know, Justin Gaethje head kicked him. I mean... Yeah, I think, definitely. I would say more than Justin Gaethje for sure, I would say. Above Gene Silva, I don't know yet. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe just because Gene Silva's untested. Yair Rodriguez. Straight to D tier. I don't even really need to explain that. Marvin Vettori. We're going to go... He used to be... I mean, is he S tier? I don't think he's S tier. I think he's high A tier. I mean, he's been dropped a couple times, but he has the best chin in UFC history. He really only fights to get the piss beat out of him and not really do anything else and just be low volume and throw body kicks. And yeah, I don't know. I want to go high B tier. Yeah, no, I'm going to go low A tier. We'll go low A tier to be safe. Alexandre Pantoja, sorry. I mean, he has one of the best chins we've ever seen. I think he's high A tier. I think he's above Max Holloway, to be honest. He's only been dropped one time by Figueiredo. I think he's above Max Holloway. I don't even think that's that crazy to say. Let's see. Dricus du Plessis, underrated. I think very underrated when it comes to toughness. I'm going to go very low B tier. I'm going to go above Junghyun Park. Should I go above Gaethje? I think I might go above Gaethje, honestly. You know, people underrate Dricus du Plessis, and they kind of just forgot about him after he lost to Khamzat Chimaev because he kind of just did his own thing. He hasn't really been in the spotlight, hasn't been calling people out. So I think that's fair. I think that's fair to go above Gaethje, like low B tier. Khamzat Chimaev, I mean, he's C tier, but it's not even his fault. He just has a shitty immune system. But also at the same time, he is weirdly tough. You know, like he did face some adversity in the Usman fight, in the Gilbert Burns fight. So I like a high C tier, maybe low B. Actually, no, we're going to go C tier. Merab Dvalishvili. I mean, he hasn't really faced the most amount of adversity. Like, yeah, he's been cracked a couple times, but he's never really been in deep submissions except when he was against Ricky Simone. I mean, I guess we'll go like bottom of B tier. He's tough. He's got a big ass head, a really tough chin, but he's been cracked a few times. We're gonna go low B tier to be safe. Petr Yan, we really haven't seen him face that much of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, O'Malley gave him some fits. I don't know. Figueiredo didn't really do anything to him. We're gonna go like high C tier. Not that he's not tough, but he's just kind of untested. Like, we haven't seen him in these crazy dog fights. Like, yeah, we saw the Sandhagen fight. We saw the fight that I just said. What did I just say? I don't even remember. The O'Malley fight, sorry. It's been a long day. Henry Cejudo, the Peyton Talbot fight really showed that this dude is tough as fuck. The Merab fight, he also showed some toughness there too. He's not going to be A tier, but he's going to go mid B tier. We didn't even know that he was this capable of enduring what he endured. Tough ass chin. He's got a big ass head. He's got a really like stocky frame. I think he's going to go mid B tier. I think that's fair. Cody Garbrandt is going straight D tier. I think Yair is more tough than him. So yeah, I would say he's the worst on this list. Even when it comes to mental toughness, physical toughness, everything about it, he's just not good. We're going to go D tier. Next is Marlon Vera. You know, I would go A tier, but he makes so many excuses whenever he loses, so that dunks his mental toughness down. So we're going to go top of B tier. He's got one of the best chins we've ever seen. He's only been dropped one time against Figueiredo in his 2 fights ago. But because he just makes so many excuses and he complains all the time, that brings his mental toughness down, which brings his overall toughness down. So he is like bordering S tier, high A. Now he's like top of B because of that. I think that's fair. Brandon Royval, he's like low B. No, he's mid B tier. He's had a couple wars and he just got finished for the first time in his career on the feet. Brian Ortega, I don't even know, dude. I mean, he was like really tough. I think he still is. A lot of his challenges recently have been weight misses and pullouts. But like he's such a tough out. I want to put him like mid B tier, almost high B tier, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. I think that's kind of fair. Let's see, Ludovic Klein, very underrated when it comes to toughness. He like tore his ankle. He broke his ankle or something in his last fight against Rebecki, and he just had a crazy, crazy war with Mateusz Rebecki. He's had a couple wars. I'm gonna go like low B. I'll go low B tier to be safe. I think that's fair. Johnny Walker, tougher than Cody Garbrandt? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say just a little bit tougher than Cody Garbrandt because he has to face guys that weigh 230 pounds when Cody Garbrandt has to fight guys that weigh 150 pounds, you know, between 130 and 150. So yeah, I would say he's a little bit tougher. Is he tougher than Yair? I'm going to say yes, actually. I'm going to put Yair below him. I'm going to put Johnny Walker ahead of Yair. Charles Oliveira. We're going to have to go C tier. He's been cracked. He's been dropped. He had a stint in his career where he did, you know, kind of quit at the first signs of adversity. Not so much as of recent. That was much when he was younger and he was at 145 and he was 23, 24. I think C tier is fair. I might even go... I think Petr Yan is tougher than him. I think he is. Michael Chandler. Straight to A tier. I'm thinking about S tier, but I don't know. Because, honestly, I'm fine with S tier. No, I don't know. No, fuck that. I'm going, no, okay. Let's okay. We'll be realistic. He's very high A tier. I would say the top of A tier. He's bordering S, though. Depends on who you ask. Depends on what day you catch him. He's S tier. Mictabek Oralbai, also A tier. He is very defensively irresponsible. His war with who else but Mateusz Rebecki was one of the most entertaining fights that we've ever seen. That was on UFC 308 Abu Dhabi, the Topuria Max Holloway card. Yeah, I think A tier is fair. Do we want to go S? Because he's really unbreakable. Like, and then after all that, after everything that he endures, he comes back in round 3. And just looks like he's going to get the... I don't know. I think A tier is fair. I don't know. I think that's fair. I think he's going to go above Pantoja. Above... Yeah, I think we'll put him above Benoit. Above Chris Duncan, yes. Okay, I think that's fair. Leon Edwards. Bottom of C tier. I don't even really need to explain this. I mean, come on. Like, he's got such a weak mindset. We've seen him lose and lose and lose. He doesn't really do good under pressure. Bilal broke him mentally. I mean, Sean Brady broke him mentally. Carlos Prates kind of broke him mentally, if we're being honest. Kelvin Gastelum. Low B tier? Because, like, we've seen him fight guys like Joe Pyfer and just get the shit beat out of him, but he still survives. He had the war with Adesanya. He's had fun little fights with, what's his name? Daniel Rodriguez. Like, yeah, I mean, he's pretty tough. I mean, he pulls out of fights all the time because he just cannot stay in shape. That doesn't really have anything to do with toughness, though. So we're going to go like low B tier. Put Ludovic Klein a little bit higher. I'm going to put Marab above Jung-Yun Park. Yeah, I think that's fair right here. Dominic Reyes. I think we're also going to have to go D tier. If we're talking about mental toughness, we're going to have to put him in B or A because the amount of mental toughness that you need to come back after 4 KO losses in a row, blood clots in your leg, inactivity, then you come back and you go on a 3-fight KO streak, that's really impressive to do. But he's just so chinny, dude. And his body is failing him. Is he C tier or is he D tier? He might be like top of D tier. Honestly, I might put him C tier just because of his mental toughness. Yeah, we'll go like bottom of C tier. Is he tougher than Leon though? I think we'll put him above Leon. I think that's fair. Alexander Rakic, bottom of C tier, maybe top of D tier. Honestly, we're going D tier. He's quitting multiple fights. His body has failed him. He tore his ACL against Jan Blachowicz. He got the shit beat out of him by Mirzakhanov, by Yuri Prohaska. Magomedov Ankalaev kind of schooled him. Rakic did nothing. I think we're going to go like top of D tier. Khalil Roundtree is easily A tier. He would be S tier if he didn't get finished so often, because I think he's been KO'd 4 times. Like Johnny Walker KO'd him. Yuri Prohaska KO'd him. Alex Pereira KO'd him. Ion Cutelaba... Did Ion Cutelaba KO him? I don't remember. I think Ion Cutelaba KO'd him. So there's that. He got submitted by Tyson Pedro. I mean, that's not really about... I guess it is kind of about toughness. Yeah, I think he would be S tier, but he's just so durable. And the Alex Pereira fight really put him on the map. The Yuri Prohaska fight also showed his toughness, even though he got finished in both of those fights. I mean, but then again, like Anthony Smith kind of did some damage to him. I think he's A tier, but he's like kind of lower A tier. He's around the Vittori range. Let's see, Waldo Cortez Acosta. I mean, he's got one of the best chins we've ever seen, and it makes it even better because he's fighting at heavyweight. Like, he's eating shots against Derek Lewis, eating shots against Sergey Pavlovich, eating shots against all these guys. So I think he's going to go B tier. Tom Aspinall, oh boy. Mental toughness, definitely A or S. But when it comes to his body and his durability, it's got to be really low. Like, it's got to be around Charles level. I mean, I'm not going to blame him for the eye pokes. But, I mean, he blew out his knee against Curtis Blades. I mean, it's not even really his fault why he's at C tier. I think we'll go above Petr Yan. We've never seen him get finished. We've never seen him get hurt bad. I think C is fair. Maybe like I think C is fair. Alex Pereira. We're going to go like bottom of B tier. Not really known for his toughness. I mean, he's been put out before, but I mean, that's not even really a bad look. It was at 185. He's had wars. He had the first fight against Adesanya. That was a war. The Khalil Roundtree fight was a war. The Ankalaev first fight didn't look good. Kind of just got outclassed, but he was really injured in that fight. And he had norovirus from what they were saying. I mean, he's definitely not tough. Like, he's not durable. And we've seen him fight through crazy injuries. Like, he broke his toe against Yuri Prohaska. He broke his toe against, I think, against Jamal Hill. Or maybe he broke his hand against Jamal Hill. I think he's going to go, like, bottom of B tier. Above Gastelum. Above Marab? I think he might go above Marab, actually. I think that's fair. Let's see. Islam Makhachev. Honestly, very underrated when it comes to toughness. We've seen him in wars. We saw him against Dustin Poirier. You know, some people say he was 2-2 going in round 5. I disagree. We had the first war where he was really shown adversity against Alexander Volkanovski. Still made it out of there alive and still got the W. Honestly, really underrated toughness. I want to go like middle of B tier. I know there's going to be so many people that disagree with this, but honestly, if you really think about it, he is very much a tough fighter. He's fought through a lot of adversity. So I'm going to go middle of B tier, maybe a little bit lower. But I'm going to put Royval down a little bit. Royval, like here. Yeah, that's fair. Ilya Taporia, I'm going to go bottom of B tier, mainly because he's kind of untested. We've seen him face some adversity against Jai Herbert. He prevailed there. He had some adversity against Volkanovski, but I mean, not even really that much. He was just losing on points. Holloway didn't do too much to him. Charles didn't really do anything to him. I mean, he had him in a leg lock for 5 seconds, which did nothing. Josh Emmett didn't really give him any adversity. So we're going to go like low B tier because of what we've seen in the regional and also what we saw against Jai Herbert when he's getting kicked in the head and he's still recovering and getting the finish. He's fairly untested. I think a guy like Arman Sarukian could show him some adversity. So we'll go like B tier, low B tier. Jailton Almeida, straight D tier. Will not even stand on the feet with you at all. I mean, yeah, he's just like, I used to be such a big fan of Jailton Almeida. I was a big fan of him from like UFC 273, I think he fought on, maybe UFC 276, I don't remember. And then he had that fight against Curtis Blades where he just got destroyed in the second round. He just went for a takedown and just started getting elbowed in the side of the head and just kind of gave up. Everybody jumped off the Almeida train. They said he was boring. They said he sucks. I said, no, dude, this dude is great. But now, after his Volkov fight, that was one of the pussiest performances I've ever seen in my life. That just strictly sends you to D tier, and he might be... Honestly, I think Cody Garbrandt is tougher than Almeida. Honestly, I think that's fair to say. See, Kevin Holland. If this was 2020, 2021, 22, maybe even 23, he would be like borderline A tier, high B tier. But as of recently, he's like middle of C tier. He gives up in a lot of his fights. He doesn't try like a bitch, and I just can't fucking stand that. If you watch my videos, you've seen me go off on Kevin Holland. I've had so many rants about Kevin Holland if you go back in my old videos. He's very annoying to pick. Yeah, he's going to be like a little bit higher C tier. He's got a tough-ass chin. The fight against D-Rod actually did make me gain some more respect for him. So maybe like, bottom of B, though? Now I'm going top of C. I'm going top of C because we've seen him quit in fights. We've seen him quit against Lidzi. Yeah, maybe it wasn't his fault. He quit against Rainier de Ritter. He quits against all these guys. Like, whenever he gets taken down, he doesn't try. It's just fucking lame. I can't stand that shit. Sean Strickland. Honestly, I want to go high B tier. I was thinking about A tier, but the thing about A tier is that some of these guys like have never been chinned, or like they've just been in so many wars and they take the craziest beatings ever. Strickland doesn't really have that. He's had a couple wars. You know, the first fight against Dricus was a war, but I mean, he hasn't really had a ton of wars. He's only been knocked out one time to my knowledge, or twice to my knowledge. It was against Alex Pereira and Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. He's like, he is super tough. I mean, should we go A tier? I think we're going to go top of B tier. Like around top of B tier. Might move Volkanovski a little bit lower. And last but not least, Colby Covington. You know, honestly, like, I despise Colby Covington, but he's tough as fucking nails. Like, he is absolutely tough as hell. He's like middle of B tier. We've seen him take so many beatings. I mean, Joaquin Buckley beat the piss out of him. He would have kept going if it wasn't for the doctor stopping that fight because of the cut. He had a couple wars with Kamaru Usman. I mean, but it's only like 2 real wars that we've seen him in. So we'll go like middle B tier. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. I would say I kind of agree with this. There's very few S tier guys. You can maybe make the argument that you can move up. Like Max, sure, you can move up Max, but I mean, did get dropped and KO'd, but I mean, I guess so have a lot of these guys. Like Rebecca has been TKO'd, Yuri has been, Muhammad Yahya got dropped 20 times in a round. But I mean, like Chandler being S tier, I wouldn't be super against. Orobai being S tier, I wouldn't really be against, because he doesn't even really show that he's fatigued, or he doesn't really show that he's taking a beating when a lot of times he is. I think he's A tier. Benoit, yeah, I think Benoit's still A. I guess we'll go Max a little bit higher. We'll go Pantoja a little bit higher than, or a little bit lower than Max, but above. I think that's fair. Honestly, I think this is fair. I totally agree with D tier. C tier I like a lot. B tier is kind of those guys where, like, yeah, they're a little bit tough, or yeah, they're super fucking tough, but they're not quite A tier, or they're really tough, but they're kind of untested, and we only saw them in this one moment. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good list. I'm going to leave the link to this in the description so you guys can play around with this and make your own list if you want. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at VinceMMA. Go to 3punchconvo.com. Use my code VinceMMA for a first free month. And thank you so much for watching.